A 7-minute audio-described introduction to Hatched Ensemble. Hatched Ensemble is a new work by South African choreographer Mamela Nyamza, featuring 10 ballet-trained dancers, an opera singer, and a multi-instrumentalist. The show pits an intriguing tension between Western balletic conventions and traditional African vocal scores and movement. We follow the cast as they slowly claim their own respective true identities within the arts and creative industry, challenging gender norms and notions of tradition. When we first meet them, they're getting into costume on stage, sitting around or standing around in the kind of laid-back fashion you'd find in a South African village. Time is slower here. No one is in a rush. Everyone's getting on with their tasks, preparing their bodies for the dance ahead. Each performer has a prop or two, made from silver wire that's twisted into various shapes commonly found in a village. There's a wire bull with horns, tulip-shaped flowers, a car, windmills with rotating heads, a cockerel, and a tree with a long cone-shaped trunk. They vary in size, the tallest reaching waist height. The only permanently fixed prop is a washing line made from rope, which hangs horizontally across the stage from left to right. It acts as a halfway point and is suspended above the ground just out of the performer's reach. And as you'd expect with a washing line, they use it to hang up their costumes like laundry, and sometimes even drape themselves over it, swinging back and forth. They become extensions of the line, and later break free of it entirely. At the beginning of the performance, the opera singers' and dancers' boobs and chests are completely exposed. Choker necklaces stringed with wooden clothes pegs hang from their necks. Their bottom halves are covered in long, romantic white tutus that reach their ankles, and each performer is wearing pink ballet pointe shoes that do not match their brown complexions. On pointe, they can be as graceful as swans or as tentative as someone breaking in a new pair of heels. Another white tulle skirt is layered on top of the tutu and is embellished with a multitude of clothes pegs that jut out like hedgehog spines. As the show progresses, the costumes evolve to include red mesh halter neck tops and red plastic rain jackets. In the dark, their eyes sparkle with red glitter eyeshadow underlined in white eyeliner. High streaks of red blusher contour their cheeks, and their lips are painted a striking white. The show features 2 live musicians. Lito Nkaya is an opera singer. She acts as the matriarch in the show. She's in her early 30s, 5'2", chubby, with black dreadlocks, and is from the African Xhosa tribe. She wears a long white skirt with pegs attached to the hem. Azar is a multi-instrumentalist. He plays the mbira and whistle at the side of the stage and wears a long black muslin robe. It's amazing how much sound 2 or 3 instruments can produce. He's in his 40s, short and muscly, with short brown dreadlocks, and is black Bantu. There are 10 dancers in this production. Kirsty is short and petite with a natural afro. She's black South African and in her mid-30s. Kabetswe is a slim black African dancer with 4C natural hair and caramel brown skin. Tammy describes himself as a brown superstar in his early 30s. He's a bold Zulu African man with a dark brown complexion. Dinewo is a black woman in her early 20s. She's short and muscly, with beautiful long legs, small eyes, and a black soft afro. Pavishan is a South African man of Indian descent. He's in his early 30s, short and slightly chunky. His hair is black and short, with a natural comb-over to the right and short sides and backs. He has a square-shaped face, strong eyebrows, big nose, and tan-brown complexion. Amo is a black South African woman in her early 20s with a short afro. She's big-boned, average height, and has chubby cheeks. Noluyanda is a short, muscly black South African woman with tattoos on her neck and lower calf. She sports a short black afro. Zandi is late 30s with braided hair. Zandi is average height with tattoos, beautiful eyes, and sideburns. Timna is a black African man in his mid-20s. He describes himself as tall, slim, and masculine in appearance, with short black hair and a caramel complexion. Itu is a black South African woman of Sepedi heritage with braided hair. She has a slight toned build and is of average height. She has dark caramel skin and is in her mid-20s. You will hear the cast go on pointe in their ballet shoes at various moments in the show. This elevation is coupled with rapid, tiny steps connecting the shoe's toe box with the ground. They also stomp their heels and bare feet. Both of these actions cause their peg skirts to rattle, transforming them into percussive instruments. Throughout the show, you will hear a mixture of live and recorded music. Sometimes the cast break into song, vocalizing along to classical music or singing in Xhosa. At times, the audio description will take a rhythmic approach to match the music or movement. Your audio describer is Elaine Lillian Joseph. The show lasts 70 minutes with no interval. A 30-minute touch tour with members of the cast and choreographer will take place on October 11th, commencing at the Barbican. Meet at the Stalls Auditorium Right, level -1, at 6:45. Tickets for both are bookable online via the Barbican website. Audio description is provided by Soundscribe, a global majority audio description collective.